What's up, y'all? JP's Audio here. I've got a 2005 Ford F-150 and we're actually taking this radio out, installing the new radio, retaining the factory sub, and installing steering wheel controls. Now, these radios are notorious for the displays and the buttons going out, which is why he wanted to go ahead and swap everything out. Now, the dash bezel is actually pretty easy to take off. You just want to pop the retention clips around the side, but in order to get some more room to work, I like to actually disconnect the passenger airbag light harness. Now, you got to make sure that you do not cycle the ignition because it will shoot a error code, and then after that you got 4 7/mils, and that actually takes the radio out. After we remove the harness, I know that pins 18 and 19 on the 705521 harness is the ones for my steering wheel controls. You only need one reference ground and the other key one wire, so I want to go ahead and take my strippers, isolate those two, and then we want to do a military splicing tape to actually install the steering wheel control wires. Now, I've had some people say that you shouldn't splice the wire like that. How else am I going to do it? I don't want to actually cut the wire, because when you cut the wire there's a breaking resistance in the wire, so I'd rather strip the insulation back. To do a proper military splicing tape, you want to poke a hole through the middle of the wire, put your wire through, then wrap it around, then solder it. But since we're going to solder it and make it a solid connection, I don't see the need in actually poking the hole. That's just the extra step that I don't have to do. So the dash kit we're using is a 5815, which means it goes for F150, 250 and up. Now for the F250s and up, you're going to use this back plate because it mounts back there, but for the F150 we don't need it, so we're going to go ahead and cut it. Now, since we're retaining the factory subwoofer, we need this 12 volt to 6 volt step down because Ford has a 6 volt amplifier. You don't want to send 12 volts to it because you can end up hearing a very loud obnoxious pop, and that's something that we don't want. Now that we put the radio back together, we want to make sure that we actually plug in that passenger airbag so we don't shoot the code, and then we want to go ahead and check everything before we put it all the way together, just so we don't have to take it all apart all over again. I want to make sure that all the steering wheel controls work. With this one, you only have the volume up, volume down, seek up, and mode button that you're going to lose, and all those are being retained right now. I don't go over the wiring anymore. If you guys been following me for a minute, I don't do wiring because we do a lot of radio removal and install videos, and if you want to know how to wire up a CD player, you should visit my website, JPtheinstallguy.com, because I have an introduction to car audio course that will be available very soon, and I'm going to teach you all the basics on how to install your radio yourself. At the end of the day, this is what the radio looks like. Keep going, keep growing. Have a blessed day. Peace.